Oh, Inspector, I had no idea. I'm afraid that I have not been protecting my personal information very well.
Now, Lucy, pull yourself together so that we can get to the bottom of this. Explain to the audience exactly what happened to you in these past few days.
Now, let's see. It all began when I first arrived at the mansion on Wednesday. I was so happy to see my friends from school. It had been ages since we'd been together. Colonel Mustard was so good to pick me up at the airport in his giant truck, although his driving habits were a little bit scary.
Did I hear someone mention my name? Did you want to go hunting and ride in my brand new 4x4? We could trap some giant bears and kill our dinner. Ah, I certainly do miss those days in the army when we were out in the field depending on nobody but ourselves to find dinner. None of these conveniences like running water or electricities. No siree. Those were the good old days.
Yes, Colonel.
Colonel.
I do remember hearing some of those stories the first time that we talked. Those exact same stories, as a matter of fact. It's a good thing you're here. As Lucy and I were just discussing the unfortunate theft of her identity, it seems that someone has taken her personal information and used it to benefit themselves in many illegal ways. Lucy, how was it you told me you first realized the problem?
Well, Inspector, if you must know, I was shopping at the mall when my credit card was declined. Can you imagine my humiliation? I had finally found the perfect dress for the class reunion, along with the shoes, handbag, and jewelry. When I gave the clerk my credit card, she made a phone call, then cut it into pieces right in front of me. Oh, I feel faint.
Now look here, Inspector. I don't know what your problem is, but look how upset you've made with poor Lucy. You have any leads in this crime yet? Any suspects? Just what are you doing to recertify this situation?
Well, it appears that someone has been using Lucy's credit card to make their own purchases. I do have a few suspects in mind. Since you brought up the topic, can you count for your whereabouts since Lucy has arrived?
You have the audacity to question me as a suspect? What nerve! There is a criminal lurking among us who is taking personal information from innocent civilians, and you are wasting your time asking where I was during this crime?
Yep. That about sums it up. So where were you?
I am insulted! I don't have to take this from you!
Oh. You still haven't answered my question. If you were innocent, you really don't have anything to hide, do you? I do have here in my notes that Lucy had asked you to drop off some outgoing mail for her on Thursday morning. Can you confirm that?
Of course! When Lucy and I were in the conservatory, Lucy told me that she had some bills she needed to pay by mail, and I was headed up to town to purchase more bullets. I offered to drop those off.
Yes, bills. Bills which had checks in the envelopes?
Yes, why?
My dear Lucy, one of the most common methods of identity theft is for the criminal to simply get into one's mailbox. Think about it. Companies mail a statement to you, you send the check back with a portion of the statement. The check has your bank account number. The statement has your credit card number. Before long, some thieves even will visit the post office and fill out a change of address form and have your account information sent to another address.
So how do I mail my bills? I have to pay them.
Simply drop off by the post office to mail documents that contain personal information, or find one of the big blue mailboxes to drop your mail in. As for you,
Colonel,
please do not leave town until we have cleared up this matter. And I appreciate it if you would turn over your arsenals of weapons just to be safe.
Again and again you insult me. What do you mean? Those guns are like a family to me. I simply will not turn those over to someone who won't care for them like me.